Right. Thank you very much for an opportunity to make a comment on the funeral and burial of our fourth Republican president. First of all, I want to thank the Zambian people for once again rising to the occasion to mourn our fourth Republican president, President Tupia Banda, in a manner that is befitting of a person that has provided a service to this country for all the years that we know of him, having dedicated his life to the serving not only of this country but the continent and the globe. I'm compelled to make a comment in relation to the fundamental truth that the former President Edgar Lungu said yesterday, which has attracted some kind of debate. I think the advice and the sentiment of the former head of state yesterday was on point. As a people, we should never be afraid to confront each other with truth. The level of hypocrisy across the board, I think, is pathetic. Historically, as a people, we have always only celebrated people when they die. You have, for example, President Kaunda, who at the time that he left office, he was vilified, called a thief, his family, children called thieves, until in recent times, that's when we began to have positive sentiments coming in appreciation of his service to the country. But look at the outpouring, tributes and positive statements that were made at the time that he died. The second Republican president, Dr. Frederick Chiluba, when he left office, he was called a thief, vilified, persecuted, even at the point of him being acquitted. To his death, he was still being called a thief. But at the time that he was being buried, everybody was up showering praises, how that he was a father of democracy and the one that laid the foundation for economic growth that we've experienced as a country. Mwanawasa, it was the same. Now we're talking about President Tupia Banda. But look at President Michael Sata, it was the same. We condemn one another, condemn leaders, and only to come and celebrate them in their death. That is a high level of hypocrisy. Today we have a former head of state in Edgar Lungu. As we speak now, President Lungu is being vilified, is being, persecuted, his family, his children, everybody is calling him a thief, somebody who never did anything to this country, even when we know that the infrastructure development that we are celebrated as a country to have achieved and attained was achieved under his watch. Misaika in the Ichlema today is trotting the whole corners of this country, commissioning with his ministers projects that were left by the Patriotic Front government. That is never appreciated. They never even have the courtesy of referring to those achievements. They pretend as if they are the ones who have achieved. Now, what makes even the fundamental truth of hypocrisy real is to have a head of state, for example, at showground during the funeral of the official funeral of President Tupia Banda, suggest that the reason why opposition leaders and others are participating in the funeral is because they have created a conducive environment for that kind of thing to happen, which is very unfortunate. That statement is far from the truth. The truth is that now we have in opposition leaders who are civil and are able to distinguish between national events and indeed political events. A funeral of that nature is a national event. And I'm aware that the reason why today we can congregate in one locality and be able to mourn President Rupia Banda is because the opposition have chosen to rise above petty politics and not politic with everything and be able to attend such national events. Misaka in the Ichilema in opposition with his UPND, they politicized everything, including funerals. And today he can't turn around and such trying to abuse the civility of his colleagues and suggest that it's because you have created an enabling environment. If you remember, whenever he chose to attend any event, particularly funerals, President Nakacinda and other opposition leaders were usually given the front row as a way of appreciating that they are stakeholders in development. What has he done so far? Whether it was at the showgrounds, whether it is at cathedral, or indeed at a burial site. Opposition leaders, by design, not by default, by design, the tags for their sitting arrangement was far at the back. The sitting of President Edgar Lungu on the front row is because he's a former head of state. And today he cannot be used as an example of embracing the opposition. Because President Lungu served and is no longer in office. In the Patriotic Front, we have an acting president in Given Luwinda. If he wanted to demonstrate to Zambians and the visitors that he is embracing even the opposition, why was he not pari-pari or indeed acknowledging such leaders and giving them the rightful place in such an occasion? So hypocrisy is at the center of how we conduct ourselves as Zambians. We never celebrate the input of people. We condemn them. Whether it is the president, ministers, you are vilified even when you did your best to uplift the lives of the Zambian people. So all I can say is that I think it's important that Zambians reflect on that statement. It was fundamental and it sinks squarely in what is happening. And we know that there's a saying that the guilty are always afraid. If the shoe fits, wear it. Thank you very much.